Hello and welcome to this Fotospeed video with me, Tim Jones. Today what we're going to be looking at is something that Canon hide away within their professional print and layout software. And it's something called the pattern print and how we can use it to get great prints. So today what I'm going to do is we're going to take you through what the pattern print is, where to find it, because like I said, Canon seem to hide this away. I don't understand it because it's an absolutely fantastic tool. If it was me, I would put it front and center within their software that they're using. But before we get started, let me just do a little bit of housekeeping. As always, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and also click the thumbs up and the like button down there as well. Also, as a little bit of a thank you as well, we've also put in a voucher code, which is FS YouTube 15, which will get you 15% off all Fotospeed papers. To use the code, just go over to our website, tap in the voucher code in your shopping basket and you will receive 15%. Or if you'd prefer, give us a call and just quote that code when you're ordering and we can take the 15% off you over the phone. So let's get into the professional print and layout software and I'll show you where we can find pattern print. And also we'll talk about what it is and how it can improve our printing and also save us some money when it comes to paper and ink. Okay, so let's jump into the software and let's see what the pattern print can do for us. So the first thing I want to show you is where we get the software from, the professional print and layout. Now we get this from Canon's website, so canon.co.uk or canon.com. And then we go into the support tab and then another little menu will drop down and we'll have downloads and help. In here, we just need to click on where it says software. And then from here, we can just go in and we can tap in our printer here, whichever printer you're working on. So I'm on actually the Pro 1000 I've got here. So I'm just going to tap that in. And then just select it from the menu at the bottom. And then if I click on software, the second option in, it will automatically detect what operating system I'm on, be it Windows or Mac OS. And then if I just scroll down, I should find the professional print and layout software. And now if I click download, I can get that installed. We've also got the standalone version, but we've also got the plugin as well, which works with Photoshop and Lightroom. They haven't got a plugin for Capture One yet, but I think they are working on it. So now I'll get that installed and then we'll head into Lightroom and I will then bring a picture up in the professional print and layout. Okay, so here we are in Lightroom. I've just picked Lightroom because it's just my preference really, but it works the same in Photoshop as well. And we have our picture on the screen here. Now, if I go up into my plugin extras in Lightroom, we will see we have at the bottom here a Canon Professional Print and Layout. You may see I've also got a Canon Print Studio Pro. This was the old version of the software and it was replaced probably about 18 months ago with the Canon Professional Print and Layout software, which was an improvement as well. Looked a little bit different, but was a big improvement. Now, if I just click on that, now with the picture selected that I have on my screen, it will load up the professional print and layout software and bring my picture into there. Now, within the software, it looks quite similar to Lightroom actually. We can select the printer at the top. We've got our layout mode, so we've got single images, multiple images, or gallery wraps, should we say, if we're doing canvases. And we've got a tab called General Settings in here. This is where you can select your media type, your paper size, the feed, the quality, the clear coating if you've got the Chrome Optimizer on the printer. And also in layout, again, it looks quite similar to Lightroom. We've got our margins in here so we can set a say 20mm border all the way around the outside, etc. Maintain aspect ratio, etc. Also underneath we've got color management, so we can use a profile in here. Select our rendering intent, and we've also got black point compensation as well. But what we're interested in is something Canon hide away, And I think this should be front and center because it is a really good feature to have and to use. So if we want to find this pattern print feature, we just need to click on color settings. And then in here, we can adjust the brightness, contrast, color balances, etc. So we can start to adjust things in here. We've also got a bit of a tone curve as well. But right at the bottom here, hidden away, as you can see, is something called pattern print. And if I select this, you will see all these different gradients and different adjustments come up in here. On the right hand side here, we can select if we want it on A4 or A3 or A3 plus. So if we just select A3 in here, then we get a nice big print in here. But usually I would always recommend probably do it on A4 and just do it on A3 just for the video, just to demonstrate the size and things of this. Okay, we've also got a color option here, which we don't tend to use because if we've got a good custom profile, we shouldn't really need to use this color option. As you can see, it kind of takes it from green right through to magenta and then cooler to warmer as well. The one I'm interested in is the brightness and contrast, because this is where there's always a little bit of difference between the screen and the printer is in the brightness and contrast as it's coming out. So the idea is we select the brightness and contrast, and then we will see in a second, when I print this off, I'll show you in a little bit more detail, that we've got little adjustments in here, the brightness adjustments from +20 to -20 adjustments going on in here. We can also set the size of the pictures if you wanted something a little bit bigger. So if we got nice and big in here, you can see this first one here is 0 brightness and 0 contrast, but the second one here just has some contrast put in there, so +10. And the idea is we print this one out and then we pick one of these little pictures and then we will apply the brightness and contrast settings back in our color settings in the main menu and print that one off. So the information will just be pulled from the main menu, the general settings, where our profile is selected and our paper type, etc. So when we click print, it just comes up and tells us we're going to be printing on A3, the heavyweight fine art paper, because I'm going to be using the high white smooth to print this. We're going to use an ICC profile, and I'm going to use my high white smooth profile for my Pro 1000 and relative color metric. And then I'm just going to click OK, and then this one will print. So now I've got the pattern print printed off, we can see that I've got loads of different kind of variations of the same picture. And it does this by just altering the brightness and contrast, like I said before. And the idea is we can just go through here and have a look and see what we're kind of going to achieve on this type of paper as well. And it's a really nice way of doing the hard proof. It's automating that process of hard proofing, printing off little pictures and making adjustments for us. So we can do this, and then the idea is we just go across and think, actually, I quite like this one here or this one here. So then we can dial in these numbers into the Canon software to make that final print. So let me just have a look and see which one I prefer. To be honest, I think I'm kind of going with this one in the middle here, perhaps, but I'm just not quite decided. So I'm going to have a bit of a closer look and make a decision, and then we'll jump back into the professional print and layout software, and we will have a look at how we go about just popping these numbers in ready to print and making that final print. Okay, so now we've made that selection on that sheet, what we can do is to just read off those brightness and contrast settings. So it was just -10 and +20 in the contrast. And then very simply, we just have a quick check of those settings, go back into our general tab, make sure on A3, we're all nice and set up there. We still got our borders, got that profile assigned. Then we're very simply now, just click print. And then it just comes up to tell you again, just to check those settings, and we just click OK. And then we'll have our lovely print coming off. Okay, so here is the final print. Now, I'm really happy with it actually. I think on the screen, because my screen's quite glossy, that I got a bit of a deeper black in here and things, but actually I've got a little bit more detail coming through, so I haven't really got that blocked black at the top here, which is fantastic. And I really like the softness that the high white smooth paper I've printed it on really gives it as well. Another thing we can do, if we wanted to refine this a little bit more, is if we go back to our sheet here, our test chart, or our pattern print as Canon call it, what we can do is actually look through these, dial in these numbers, and then do another one of these so we can refine it even more, so we can just start to look a bit deeper into it and make these pictures a bit bigger and start refining it. However, I always think just doing one is good enough for me. I kind of have a pick, dial in those numbers, and then get a lovely print like this out. So I hope that showed you what the Canon's professional print and layout software can offer. They don't really make a big kind of noise about it, shall we say. They promote it, but they don't really show what it can do. I think it has that really valuable tool in. For me, the layout and things is very similar to using Lightroom, but the option to do this pattern print and actually have an automated hard proofing process in effect really makes it worthwhile using. And you can just dial in those numbers and it just makes everything a lot easier and a lot quicker as well. So just do one of these prints. You don't have to do it on an A3 like I've done here. You can do it on an A4 as well, just to start saving a little bit more paper and things like that as well. But hopefully by proofing it in this way, you should start to have a bit more success with your printing and also start to save some ink and paper as well and get some really lovely prints. But I hope that's been useful. As always, please subscribe as well to the channel and give us a thumbs up, and also click the bell icon to get notifications of when our videos come out every Thursday. And also don't forget that voucher code FSYouTube15, which is just in the description below as well, which you can use online or on the phone to get 15% off your latest order from Fotospeed. But anyway, I will see you next time. And as always, if you have any questions at all, just drop them in the comments or give us a call or drop us an email. Until next time, bye bye.